It isn't what we say or think that defines us, but what we do. It is a truth universally acknowledged, that a single man in possession of a good fortune, must be in want of a wife. The person, be it gentleman or lady, who has not pleasure in a good novel, must be intolerably stupid. There is nothing I would not do for those who are really my friends. I have no notion of loving people by halves, it is not my nature. Laugh as much as you choose, but you will not laugh me out of my opinion. Give a girl an education and introduce her properly into the world, and 10 to 1 she has the means of settling well, without further expense to anybody. Indulge your imagination in every possible flight. There is nothing like staying at home for real comfort. In vain have I struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. A lady's imagination is very rapid. It jumps from admiration to love, from love to matrimony in a moment. To be fond of dancing was a certain step towards falling in love. There are as many forms of love as there are moments in time. There is safety in reserve, but no attraction. One cannot love a reserved person. The very first moment I beheld him, my heart was irrevocably gone. If I loved you less, I might be able to talk about it more. I may have lost my heart, but not my self-control. A person may be proud without being vain. Pride relates more to our opinion of ourselves, vanity to what we would have others think of us. One man's style must not be the rule of another's. I do not want people to be very agreeable, as it saves me the trouble of liking them a great deal. We have all a better guide in ourselves, if we would attend to it, than any other person can be. The distance is nothing when one has motive. I must learn to be content with being happier than I deserve. A large income is the best recipe for happiness I ever heard of. Know your own happiness. You want nothing but patience, or give it a more fascinating name, call it hope. Vanity working on a weak head produces every sort of mischief. Jane Austen, 16 December 1775 to the 18th of July 1817, was an English novelist known primarily for her 6 major novels, which interpret, critique, and comment upon the British landed gentry at the end of the 18th century. Austen's plots often explore the dependence of women on marriage in the pursuit of favorable social standing and economic security. Her works critique the novels of sensibility of the second half of the 18th century and are part of the transition to 19th century literary realism. Her use of social commentary, realism and biting irony have earned her acclaim among critics and scholars. The anonymously published Sense and Sensibility 1811, Pride and Prejudice 1813, Mansfield Park 1814, and Emma 1815 brought modest success but little fame in her lifetime. She wrote 2 other novels, Northanger Abbey and Persuasion, both published posthumously in 1818, and began another, eventually titled Sanditon, but died before its completion. She also left behind 3 volumes of juvenile writings in manuscript, the short epistolary novel Lady Susan, and the unfinished novel The Watsons. Austen gained status after her death. Her 6 full-length novels have since rarely been out of print. A significant transition in her reputation occurred in 1833 when her novels were republished in Richard Bentley's Standard Novels series, illustrated by Ferdinand Pickering, and sold as a set. They gradually gained wide acclaim and popular readership. In 1869, 52 years after her death, her nephew's publication of a memoir of Jane Austen introduced a compelling version of her writing career and supposedly uneventful life to an eager audience. She has inspired a large number of critical essays and literary anthologies. Her novels have inspired many films, from 1940's Pride and Prejudice to 1995's Sense and Sensibility and Love and Friendship in 2016.